Shabbat Shalom, Parashat Chayei. I would like to continue with you the thought that we discussed last week. Last week we took a harsh look at the conduct of Abraham in the way he went ahead and signed a contract with Avimelech that had far-reaching implication for us for many generations to come. I would like to point out to you that it is possible that this kind of philosophy that led Abraham in his relationship with the land was a continuous issue. In fact, it continued for quite some time, and it might have even affected us until this very day. If we look at the beginning of the parasha, we have the storyline of Abraham purchasing the cave of the patriarchs, Me'erat HaMachpelah. It's interesting to note that when the inhabitants of the land, Anshe Bnei Chet, turn to God and say, to Abraham and say, Nisi Elokim ata betochenu, you are a leader. You are the president of God. You are the representative of God amongst us. Pick whatever land you want. None of us would even dawn on us to deny you the right to bury your dead wherever you want to. Abraham says, please do me a favor. Speak to Ephron. It is this particular land that I want. And when Ephron wants to give it to him, once again, Abraham says, no. I want to pay for it. I want to pay for it in full monetary value. If the money was indeed given over, as the Torah tells us, in front of everyone, the purchase was solidified and clear. In fact, Chazal tell us that 3 places were bought by our forefathers, so they could never be contested. Look at us today. 3 lands, 3 places. Me'erat HaMachpelah, Shechem, and Har HaBayit. Neither of them are truly in our hands today. My friends, it is interesting to note that no matter where you look in Chumash, every time Me'erat HaMachpelah is mentioned, over and over again the Torah calls it the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. Asher b'sdei Ephron HaChitti, why would you call it a sdei Ephron HaChitti? This is the field that Abraham bought. It is his. Indeed, Abraham bought it. And this perhaps is the problem, and perhaps what Chazal really mean when they tell us that there are 3 places that our forefathers bought. My friends, if we feel the need to buy something that God has already given us, there is something fundamentally flawed with our appreciation of God's gifts, with our faith that it is truly ours. Abraham buys it after he could have simply claimed it. By doing so, he let the rest of the world know that he does not believe that indeed the land is his. He was always fearful that perhaps the land will be taken away. And this is a devastating event. He understood that this is a problem. And he understood that Yitzchak will be able to overcome these fears. And therefore he instructed Eliezer very clearly, my son will never leave the boundaries of this land. My son is born in this land. He is a man of this land, and he will indeed inherit this land. It is this attitude that leads Yitzchak to a very different attitude in his relationship to the land. And in fact, Yitzchak knew how to correct the contract when Avimelech came back to him. He knew how to readdress it because he saw the consequence, where he saw the behavior of the Plishtim in burying all the wells that his father has dug. The great enterprise of Abraham was destroyed by Plishtim because Abraham didn't stand up to claim this land with tremendous pride. Yitzchak perhaps is a model for us in our generation to follow and to learn from. This confidence is what should lead us in our relationship with the land of Israel. Shabbat Shalom L'chol Tuv.